Hello and welcome. Welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Welcome to my home and welcome to our sacred space that I prepared for us today. I'm Olivia and this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia, here to do your daily pick a card. Now, if you've never done this before, it's really easy to do. Just follow along with the video. A lot of people pick all the cards. I actually have 4 cards per pile today, so you might feel like one is enough, or you might want to move on and pick one more. Maybe you want to watch the whole video. That's fine too. Because I have so many more cards, it will be a little bit longer video. I will have timestamps below that we will match with your card topper so that you can skip ahead to your pile if that's something you'd like to do. I'm also using this bell to clear the area, but also to mark each reading. So if you are just going to fast forward rather than looking at the timestamps, it should be a good visual when I ring that bell that I'm moving on to the next reading. Okay, we're almost done picking your final card. What did I say? 4 cards per pile? I think so. I think that's right. I think that's what I have here. I got excited. And then I didn't want to put any cards back. So I just kept going. So let's go ahead and choose the card toppers. Let's choose this purple. Let us choose this dark green. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to show them up close. Let me show the purple one. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get this this orange one right here. And then last but not least, let's go ahead and grab this little turquoise, this little piece of turquoise here. Oh, I was going to show them up close. And we're just going to call them by their colors. Okay, alright. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee while y'all look these over and prepare to choose which pile is yours today. That coffee's good. I wish you were here to share it with me. And I'm really glad that you're here. But I wish you were here to share it with me, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to get my little books. I got my glasses. Move my little coffee aside. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to ring the bell because we're going to start with the purple rock right here. We're going to see. Let's first look at your first card. Energy. Good job. I like it. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. I need to use my James Earl Jones voice with that, which is not really a... Do y'all hear that pretty bird outside? Energy. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. Okay, let's see what else you have. And I am going to read from our little books for some of these. For some of them, I might just go ahead and move forward. You have the 3 of Pentacles. That is from our Everyday Witch Tarot. From our Cat Tarot, we have the Page of Wands. And from our Golden Art Nouveau, the 8 of Wands. So let's go ahead and take a look at these all together. We'll put that with the life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. We have the Page of Wands. Very excited face. And a page is a youthful energy. No, I'm going to put it right there. Can you see that? We're going to count it as you can see it. And then this one, since it doesn't have a lot of detail, I'm just going to put it down here, but we will definitely talk about it. Let's go ahead and start with our 3 of Pentacles from the Everyday Witch tarot guide by Deborah Blake and talk about the Three of Pentacles. So it's a unity card. Many hands make light work as long as you have a vision. This is what we're talking about right here. I'll go ahead and read the whole thing. Alright, this is what we're reading. 3 witches are coming together to create something even greater than they could make on their own. Their cats clearly approve. It can be hard work with others, but the rewards are worth the trouble of trying to make a different viewpoints mesh. After all, they don't say 2 heads are better than 1 for nothing. If you're involved in a project with others or trying to deal with family issues, for instance, try to see where everyone else involved is coming from. This is extremely important. Please keep an open mind. Just because someone doesn't think like you do or they're not presenting in the way that you would like them to, doesn't make their ideas any less valid or useful. After all, it makes many instruments to make an orchestra, but oh, how beautiful the music. Things to consider if this card shows up in a reading. It's an indication that you're either presently involved with others in a way that requires cooperation, or you soon will be. This is almost always a good thing and a gift to be appreciated. Who you are working with, and are you doing your best to be part of the team? Is there anything you could do to make the interaction go more smoothly? Is there someone who's not working well with others? If so, what is your best way to deal with this fact in a productive and useful manner? Yeah. So I don't have anything to add to that. It's just pretty clear and straightforward. I do want to make sure my mic is on. It looks like it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move forward, and we're going to read from our little cat book, and we're going to read about this Page of Wands that I really want to put right here. There, we got it. Okay, let's read from the Page of Wands. I have my little glasses, and we're going to read from the little cat tarot book about our little Page of Wands there. Like all pages in the tarot, the Page of Wands brings meow, a youthful energy, but can also bring, a little bit of lack of judgment. Okay? We're not calling you stupid. We're not even calling you naive. We're just saying there are things you don't know. And there are things that you think you know that you don't know. And you may be really smart. You may know a lot of things. Okay, let me get back to the book. Okay. This is what you need to know. You're safe. You have a nice sturdy wall of protection around Meow. That said, it's not time for complacency. It's time for courage, persistence, and great strength. You're close to having everything you want, but you need to remain on the lookout. Now, I'm going to read the little warnings, or the reversed, also, because some may resonate with some of you and some may not resonate with all of you. So we're going to go ahead and read that part. There's no question that you're entirely comfortable where you are. However, that could be to the point of being unyielding, inflexible, and even obstinate. Now's the time for flexibility and a bit more openness. Let go of your control issues. Let go of your expectations and how you wanted things to go. Okay? It's time to move forward. It's time to open your mind. It's time to forgive but not forget, or forget but not forgive. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna just briefly talk about this Eight of Wands, and we'll put them all together. And as for the Eight of Wands, let me see if I'm holding that correctly. It's just telling you to wait. Don't rush in. In fact, when I see this card, oftentimes I think fools rush in. So it can be an indication to keep your mouth shut for a minute and let somebody else lead. It could be an indication to just sit still and listen, especially with that Page of Wands. You know, the energy is coming through you. You're getting ready to get everything that you ever wanted. And there are lots of people, your whole group is here wanting to share that with you and wanting to let you in and wanting you to have what you want. But you're standing in your own way. You're so excited that you're exploding all over the place, and really, right this minute, it's time to be still. It's time to be still. It's time to be quiet. It's time to get ready for that energy, that life force that's going to be flowing through you. You need to be in an open place and know that you're safe. It's important that you know that you're safe. And you're safe to do this, and that the people around you are people that love and care about you, and they want you to succeed. Again, with this reading, you really are the one standing in the way. It's still going to happen whether you stand in the way or not. It just may be a lot more painful and a lot more confusing, and you might learn a little less on the route, or maybe you'll learn more, but you're going to learn it the hard way. All right, that's what we have for you today, guys. I am going to pour myself some more coffee and have another sip. And we will go ahead and move on to the next one after I've had a little sip of coffee, because I need that too. If you're liking this video so far, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down, and then tell me what it is that you don't like. Also, don't make life-altering decisions or changes made on this or any other tarot video pick a card, okay? If you'd like to connect with me, that's very doable. You can look in the description of this video in order to figure that out. It's easy. I'm on Keen. If you don't want that, what that is, look in the bio. Do subscribe. Do share this video. And now I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell, because we're going to move on to our green rock here. All right, let's start with this card. It's from our Magical Times deck. Love. Ooh, that's exciting. No, I didn't look. Rewind. Love. I got excited, didn't I? I get so excited, especially about love. Listen to your heart. Embrace what makes you happy. There are 1,000,000 reasons and ways to love. So I get really excited about love because it's very simple. It's very straightforward. It's very true. Love is the answer, guys. God is love. It's all about love. It really is. And I'm not just talking about love, peace, and harmony, because love can be painful. Love can be life-altering. Life changes. Love can be changing. Love can hurt us when we're very young, and it can form us, and it can help us to grow and nurture us. It's with us always. Let's see what else we have. Let's take a look. With our Art Nouveau, you have the Seven of Swords. Oh, yes, this one's interesting. And then, with our Cat Tarot, you have the Queen of Wands. But then, you also have the Seven of Swords again with our Everyday Witch. Let's take a look at this. And keep love in mind, even though we're covering it up right now. I want you to see these two figures. These two Seven of Swords. So here's the thing. When I drew the second Seven of Swords, I almost put it back because you already had one. I said, nope. You know what? The cards know what they know. They do what they do. And I just read them. I don't manipulate them, so I did not put it back. Instead, I said this sword is double-edged. It has a double meaning. Are you coming or going? Are you taking or giving? Are you stealing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, let's look at this. Let's go ahead and start with our Everyday Witch book, and we are going to read about the Seven of Swords in our Everyday Witch book. We'll go ahead and read the whole thing. This should bring some clarity. Ace of Wands. Oh, wait. We're looking at Seven of Swords. I marked it. I went to the wrong marker. Sorry. Boo, boo, boo. Here we go. That's better. See? Matches. Seven of Swords. I'm carrying the stuff with me, but am I running away or am I running to? La, la, la. Nothing to see here. There's something wrong with this picture, isn't there? Our friend carrying the swords is clearly someplace she doesn't belong and something she isn't supposed to be doing. But sometimes appearance can be deceiving. Is she taking something away or is she bringing something in? Is there some kind of heroic mission involved or merely underhanded mischief? Whichever it is, it looks like shenanigans are afoot. Things to consider. The Seven of Swords can be a warning to be alert, so pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you at all times. Constant vigilance. Whatever situation you're in the midst of may be more complicated than it appears to be. It might be hard to know who to trust. If something seems off, you should probably listen to your instincts. On the other hand, don't jump to conclusions. There may be a perfectly reasonable explanation for that guy walking off with all your jewelry. Maybe he's just taking it out to be cleaned. Okay, so yeah, with the two Seven of Swords here, the main thing I would say is constant vigilance. Be aware of what's going on around you. This may be you, this may be somebody else. With you having the Two of Swords and two different cards right here, I would say this is you. And I would say that you might not even know what you're doing. You may not know if you're just being mischievous or whether you're being deceiving. And in fact, maybe you don't feel very in control of the situation. That's not what the cards are saying right here. But I do, that came out of my mouth, so it must be resonating with some of you. Let's go ahead and introduce the Queen of Wands here with our cat deck. So we will look at our tiny little cat tarot and tell you about the Queen of Wands and see if this can bring more light on the situation. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Oh, my glasses. Here we go. The Queen of Wands exudes confidence. She's a seer, strong, capable, vibrant, fearless, and ambitious, no matter how sleepy she may look. Oh, so we're talking about this Queen of Wands right here. So that's why she be looking sleepy, because she's taking a little cat nap. But she's fully aware. Okay, under the watchful eye of the mighty Leo, the queen both absorbs and radiates the fire's warmth. Even in sleep, she rules her domain. Be fearless and independent as she is. You are fearless and independent as she is. Find strength to have faith in yourself and to stand up for what's right. Right after this nap is over. You know, sometimes people do integrate these together, and I really see this following this. So if you chose this pile, you might want to go ahead and follow on with this pile. If you chose this pile, you might go ahead and look back over the first pile. I do see that happening quite a bit. Especially when this says after your nap, because this is about being still for a minute. Okay? And then it's like after being still, then move forward when you do know what you're doing. Okay? Move forward instead with mischief, doing something good. Doing something for your team at least. Okay? Rather than just for yourself. What else do we have? We have love. So you need to just remember, let's just bring it forward again and look at it one more time. Listen to your heart. Your emotions may be all over the place, especially with this double-edged sword, with this thing that's going on. Now, if we were doing a regular reading with you and me, and we would clarify this and we would get to the bottom of it. What you need to remember right now with this reading is to listen to your heart. Like I said, your emotions may be all over the place, so I want you to listen to the warmest part of your heart, the part that makes you feel safe, comfortable, held, good. Embrace what makes you happy. There are a million reasons to love. A million. And that's your reading today. It just oh, you know what? With the Queen of Wands, I want to add, for a lot of you, the Queen of Wands is you, that you will be able to figure out what's going on. But for many, oh, excuse me. for many and most of you, I would say that this Queen of Wands has more to do with a benefactress, someone who wants to help, someone who can help, someone that you may not realize how powerful she is, or you may not realize that she has your best interest at heart. Maybe that's something that you need to figure out. You need to figure out who to trust. I'm saying she, but it's a feminine energy. It's not necessarily a female person, okay, or cat. So that's what I have for you today. I hope that helped more than it hindered. It does seem, for me, it feels like there's unanswered questions. Maybe we'll find those answers in these, because I am finding they do seem to link together, don't they? All right, let's, some of them in some readings, they do seem to do that. Okay, so let's put this pretty little Seven of Swords down here. And let us ring the bell so that, give me a thumbs up if you like this video so far. Give me a thumbs down and a comment if you don't. Let me know any improvements you'd like to make or anything you'd like to say. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee, and then we're going to check out what's under this rock right here. Guys, thank you again. Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. My old subscribers, my new subscribers. I've only had one unsubscribe, and I know exactly who it is. And that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's start with change. Let's look at change up close. Okay, change. You are transforming. Let go of the past. Embrace the light and the joy of this new day. That is easier said than done, because with transformation comes a lot of bumps in the road. Sometimes transformation, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of stillness, some boredom. There's all kinds of stuff involved in this. And so embracing the light and the joy of this new day, letting go of the past, that's part of the transformation. And I'm just here to tell you, it ain't easy. So don't feel bad if you're not, if it's not smooth, okay? It's also a good thing. You also have the Seven of Pentacles with the Everyday Witch. With Art Nouveau, you have the beautiful Temperance card. And we will definitely have some things to say about that. That's a lovely card to have. And then we have the Queen of Swords in her chair, in her throne made for her. All right, let's go ahead and move on from change, and let's start with the Seven of Pentacles, because that goes with our Everyday Witch Tarot. We'll look in the Seven of Pentacles, and this is group 3. I went mark the wrong thing, I think. Again. Here we go. Seven of Pentacles. At a certain point in any endeavor, it's good to stop and take stock. But sometimes all you can do is wait for things to come to fruition. How does your garden grow? This is one of my favorite cards. I love this card. It's a beautiful card. It's a card of future abundance in the future. Anyway, I'm just going to read the book instead of pontificating. You've planted the seeds and tended the growing shoots to the best of your ability, and now all you can do is wait and see how things turn out. The Seven of Pentacles isn't about making more effort. The time for that is past. Now is when you take a good look at what you've accomplished, assess it thoughtfully as you can. Are the results what you hoped for? Will your efforts continue to grow and prosper? Only time will tell for sure, but the Seven of Pentacles is an indication that you're getting close to seeing what harvest your hard work will bear. Things to consider. Do you have any long-term projects coming to fruition? Have you been waiting for something important? Odds are this card means that you're getting close. But resist the urge to push harder in the hopes of making things happen faster. It won't help, and it might hurt. If you're on the verge of something, you may need to be patient and wait to see what happens. But the Seven of Pentacles is a good sign, so you might want to take a deep breath. Oh. And try to relax. Well, let's see what else we have, because we don't have a lot of relaxing. It doesn't look like there's the Queen of Swords. She's relaxing. Yeah, I think I like that. I like that. In fact, speaking of the Queen of Swords relaxing, let's go ahead and look her up in our little cat tarot with the swords relaxing. And this is number 3, so this should be marked right here. This is a tiny little book, so I'm not going to be showing you the picture or anything. You'll focus on this picture here is the card that we're looking at right now. And that is the Queen of Swords. Let me get to her. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords. This queen is a sharp mind and self-awareness. The Queen of Swords is the epitome of Leonian regality. She is smart, dignified, and disciplined without coming across as demanding. She holds her place on her throne with a great dignity and wears her crown with grace. Symbolism surrounds her. The birds on the wallpaper are not prey. They represent the height of her knowledge and inquisitiveness. Now, be careful, because she does have a downfall, and that's being a little bit too self-critical. A result of her perfectionism. Her direct style of communication can come across as spiteful, haughty, and added by a painful past. Some say she can be aloof and withholding of her affections. Let me tell you a little bit more about the Queen. One of the things that she can do in the worst case scenario is she can be full of self-hatred and self-loathing, and that is destructive to you and those around you. So with the Queen, if you're resonating with the darker side of the Queen, with self-loathing, or just know that that's something, when I see that, and I know she's resting, but I see her on the couch too, and when I see this self-loathing, I want you to know that I don't know where you live, but if it's easy enough for me to find some kind of health care in Texas where I live, then hopefully you'll be able to find something if you don't feel like you can afford health care, some kind of, especially with this one, I would say, with the Queen of Swords, therapy, that's what I'm recommending. Therapy. Let's just spit it out. Yes, I recommend therapy a lot. Yes, I do. And I've had a lot of therapy. I don't know where I'd be without it. It's not for everyone, but there are different kinds. There's different kinds for everyone. So let me stop putting my own stuff in, and let's go ahead and look at what we have right here. And what we have right here is Temperance. Let me show you her up close. So I also call this the Angel card. Okay. And it is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck, so I am going to read from the Golden Art Nouveau about, well, I may not read it. I'm just going to tell you a little about Temperance. Let's look at the picture and talk about her. Okay, so you can see she's kind of an angel. You know what the word temperance means. If you don't, it's about, well, when I think of temperance, I think about experiences that you go through and things that you do in order to find a more balanced temperament. You learn things. Okay, but that's not what this card is about. This card is about the integration between body and spirit. Do I have something to read for you? Here we go. An angel performs a mystical rite to restore spiritual harmony. To restore spiritual harmony. So in this case, I would say, it's time. You've done all the work. It's time to relax and wait, or maybe even get some therapy with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords may be someone who's wanting to help you. You're going through changes and transformation, and that takes a bit, and it's not easy. So here's the Queen of Swords coming in and saying that you need to feed your spiritual self, that your angels' guides are with you, and that there is hope. With an angel, oftentimes I feel like with this card, it's talking about communication with our higher powers, whether it be your higher self, whether it be God, Yahweh, Allah, however you feel, Jesus, however you feel connected to spirit. This is a promise that spirit is connecting with you as well, meeting you halfway. That's what I see when I see this card. And so as you go through these changes and difficulties, know that spirit is with you. Know that God is on your side. It was kind of harsh. It was kind of a harsh reading. It does seem to integrate with these other cards, these other readings. So if this resonated with you, you might go ahead and take a look at the reading before, or maybe even the reading before that, because they are seeming to kind of tell, be cohesive. There's a lot going on here. All right, let's go ahead and take a little move. We're going to move on. We're going to ring the bell, which means we're moving on to the next. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you liked your reading. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. But do give me a comment so that I know what's going on. What do you like? What don't you like? Yes, I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Oh, wow. All right, let's look under our little turquoise here. Let's first look at the first card. Let's see what we have. Humor. Wow, this is a good one. Laugh at yourself. Lighten your heart. Let nothing steal your happiness. That can be so difficult to not allow someone to steal it, because there are some people with some hatred and vitriol that'll come in. But happiness does come from within, and if you can shake it off, and there's shaking it off, humor is a really good way to do that. In fact, for me, I don't know if this is great or good, but I will say in my case, a lot of times self-deprecation is what gets me back on track, especially when I've really embarrassed myself, crossed the line, those kinds of things. Humor can really get me back to my joy and my happiness. Laughter is really great medicine. Okay, I want to show you your other cards today, and I'm going to say something. I almost pulled one of these cards out, but like I say, I don't manipulate the cards. But I did this time. I pulled it out. I said, I don't want to talk about that card. I shuffled the cards, and I shuffled them really well. I pulled it, and here it came out again. So we'll look at it. It's death. Don't worry. It doesn't mean what you might think it means. These cards never really mean the obvious, okay? Death really does have a lot to do with new beginnings. The door closes and God opens another one. You also have the Chariot. Get ready. Get ready, because the race is about to begin. And we have the Magician, which often reminds me of MacGyver, making magic, making things happen out of very little. Using your, using what tools and power that you have to make something almost magical, miraculous. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the Death card. Let's do that first. And I'm just going to read to you from the book. All things must end sometime. Death. When one door closes, another opens. A black-coated and hooded figure stands in the middle of a dark landscape. A blank white porcelain mask over its face, it holds a silver sword poised over a fraying brown rope. To one side of the figure there's a closed door, and to the other there is a door that is open just enough to show a golden light shining through. At the edge of a card, a black cat has one paw on a gray tail of something that is running away. The feeling of this card is grim, but it does hold hope. Don't panic. Don't panic. The death card doesn't always mean actual death. In fact, it's much more likely to indicate the death of something. And since this card isn't really integrated with another card meaning actual death, I will tell you for certain that is not what this card means right now, okay? It could be the end of an era and the beginning of another. We often have to let go of one thing to make room for something better. But that doesn't mean the process is always pleasant, or that you know this is what is happening while you're caught up in the pain of transition. A bad relationship dies so that you can find a better one. You lose a job that is sucking the soul out of you so that you can find another one. These deaths hurt, don't they? But when you look back on them later, you will do so with gratitude because they freed you to move on. It's okay to mourn. But don't forget that death can also mean rebirth into something wonderful. And that's exactly what this card means today, is rebirth. And in other decks, in a lot of other decks, the death card contains a baby, moving through transitioning to the other side. Let's go ahead and look at our... And remember humor. Remember humor, okay? Let's look at our Magician card, because I want to... It's really exciting that you have this one. And we have it in the Cat Tarot, so we'll read in this little book about the Magician, or MacIver as I like to call him. The Magician. The Magician straddles two worlds, one paw reaching skyward, two more on the ground, signifying the work of creativity. Upright, this is the magic of everyday invention. The circular snake reminds us that an infinite process in which matter is never truly destroyed, just transformed. The playthings represent the four elements, the four tarot suits, all the material needed to make magic or art. Add wisdom and purity, represented by the red roses and white lilies, and the spell is cast. I can't tell you, can you see the how this meshes together? How this is definitely is about magic, but it's also about transformation. It's also about finding a new place. We also have the purity of the red roses and the white lilies. Now, it comes with a warning, so let's see what that has. It can also mean trouble, suggesting that your old tricks aren't working. It's time to try some new ones. Because you're not a dog, you can learn them. Trade the hocus pocus for hard work, and transformation is not only possible, but inevitable. Inevitable. Presto changeo. Magic, the Magician. So what you have here is a big transformation. This transformation is going to happen. It's happening. And you know what? I see this whole reading is meshing together into one reading. So I would highly suggest, if this reading resonates with you, go ahead and look at some of these others and see how they resonate with you, because this almost looks like a reading for a progression of change. So here we have our Art Nouveau Chariot. This is about getting ready. It's, to me, with the Chariot, it really reminds me of the beginning of a race where everybody's in line and everybody's squatted down and they're ready. They got their back foot ready to push themselves off, and somebody's standing with the gun, the shot to start the race, ready to fire, and the Chariot is ready. So ready that they're quivering. Their muscles are quivering with the desire to push and move forward as soon as that gun is fired. Sometimes when we're overexcited, it happens before. This change is happening. It's time for you to be ready. If you start at the beginning of the reading, it's like how you're getting ready. The Magician also talks about, with the warning, I want to talk about that. It says your old tricks aren't working. In the beginning, we had settle down. Keep your mouth shut. You might learn something. Get ready. Rest. With this one we had um, uh, a napping cat. With this one we have a cat resting. We have a lot about this is going to happen whether you like it or not. This is happening whether you like it or not. This transformation is huge for you. And it's not easy, but you have all the love that you need. Go at it with a sense of humor. Remember that change happens and that it happens for the best. The energy that you will have once you've come through this is going to be incredible. It's going to be James Earl Jones will be narrating your life, the real one, not just me. So yeah, I would say, especially with this reading, if any of these, if this reading resonated with you, go back and look at the other readings on this particular video. It really is resonating all together, and it really is hopeful, especially all together, and I hope that you found it to be so. Like I always say, take what resonates, leave the rest. These are general messages, general readings, so they're meant for different people in different places in their lives. However, don't make life-altering decisions or choices. Don't but do connect with me. If you do want to talk about some of the tough stuff and you do need to go a little bit further, we can definitely, and in fact, what I would do if this were your reading, if this were all just your reading, I would start clarifying as to what this transformation is all about. So come see me on Keen. I'll give you some deals. I can give you free minutes too. Once you've made your first call to Keen, I can give you free minutes. So tell me that you saw me on YouTube, and I'll be sure to make that happen for you. I don't think I have anything else to say except for come back next time. I really look forward to it. I love you guys. I hope that you like this reading. This one was very exciting for me. It's giving me some strength and energy to start today, because these readings too resonate with me sometimes, and this one really did especially. It is time for me to keep my mouth shut. Which I do. I mean, I try. I do. All right, guys. I really do love and care about you. I really do appreciate your being here. Do subscribe. Do like this video. But most importantly, even if you don't do any of those things, do come back. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.